Hey y'all. Alright, we are talking pain. Pain management. How to deal with it. Chronic pain, acute pain, whatever it is. The majority of us live our daily lives with regular pain. And I want to help alleviate that pain with a deep fascia release, a deep muscle release, nice good static stretches, foam rolling, all kinds of stuff. So this is the only class that you'll actually need a few things for in the whole series, really. The most things are here. So you have a few options. Foam rollers are pretty simple. Cylinder, foam, easy peasy, right? Any sporting goods type of store usually carries them. Your favorite online carrier has them. And they all come in a little bit different densities. So it's nice sometimes to have softer ones and firmer ones depending on where you're at in your process. The more you foam roll, the denser you'll want your foam roll to get in there a little bit deeper. If you have a higher pain tolerance, you can use a denser foam roller. If you have maybe fibromyalgia or really sensitive to pain, then you maybe want a little bit softer one, and even possibly a handheld rolling pin or rolling stick. So today we are going to just get into it here. Gonna get a golf ball. I've got this little acupressure ball that I love, but a golf ball is going to be your cheapest, most affordable, easiest way to get this started. We're going to start in the hands. So again, we all have a lot of stuff going on in our forearms, our hands. We're kind of always here these days, so I want to help you start to work some of that out. So we're going to take the golf ball, we're going to take the hand, we're simply going to press kind of right there through the thumb. And just start putting pressure down on the hand, kind of sandwiching it in there. Good morning, Lena. Sit. Lay down. Oh, good. This is baby. This is baby. She's such a good girl. So you're putting that pressure, kind of sandwiching, looking for the areas that kind of almost a good owl, looking for those knots. We carry those knots. Typically we know about them like in our shoulders and neck. You're like, oh, I got a knot. You have those knots throughout the body, and we have to learn how to release those knots. If we don't release those knots, we most likely won't release the pain. So take your time, slowly search for that knot. And then after you kind of sat there 30 to 90 seconds, you can kind of roll on a little further. Search for a different area. It's the same concept that the massage therapists use. They kind of roll around, they find a spot, and then they start to kind of dig into that spot. That spot is an adhesion. It is lactic acid, scar tissue, fascia, everything kind of builds up over time and creates this chunk. That chunk is causing you pain. It's shortening the muscle. It's an adhesion inside the muscle. We want to strip that adhesion, and then we want to lengthen with our static stretching and our yoga. You will benefit so much more in your yoga with combining with foam rolling. And self-myofascial release is foam rolling. It's just a fancy way to say it. Again, kind of working through, searching for those areas. If you do have a pressure point ball here, again, really nice. It won't roll out from underneath you, and you can really pinpoint and target different spots throughout. Now, whether you have the golf ball or the trigger point, we're going to slowly start to work our way up the arm. We're going to run that golf ball right down the line of the arm there, right next to the bone. But we're on muscle. So take it right below the wrist. Again, I usually have some tension there, so I just stop and hang out there for a moment. Send breath to that area. So envision literally taking a breath and like sending it to that area of tension. Slowly work your way down. Again, you're moving nice and slow. Once we find a spot, we stop, we hang out, we breathe. And we move nice and slow. We find a spot, we stop, we hang out, we breathe. Sometimes it just feels like everything is a spot, right? Just tight, 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 tight. That happens. Depends on the muscles, depends on the day, depends on what you use in that area. Between my line of work and everything that I do, my forearms are usually pretty tight. Carrying those dumbbells around, yoga, right? Ever since I had Paisley, I've dealt with carpal tunnel issues. A lot of times people think, oh, carpal tunnel, something's wrong with your wrist. But the good news is it can really actually be caused all the way up the arm. It can be caused from the forearm, the front of the back, the bicep, the tricep, all the way up into the shoulder and the chest. So all of this work that we're doing today would be very beneficial for releasing and preventative of carpal tunnel. So if you have carpal tunnel, this is definitely something you want to work on. Again, breathing. We're going to turn the arm around. So it's a little bit trickier to find the balance. So that acupressure ball is really nice because again it won't roll out from underneath you. If you are on hardwood, I recommend getting on a mat, a towel, carpet, something like that, so that the golf ball doesn't just shoot out from underneath you. I miss seeing your faces. It's hard for me to know when you're getting it, where you're at, what you're feeling, without being able to see you. So if we're going through this and you're kind of like, what are we doing? It's not really working, I don't understand it. You may not need the work in this area. And as we get to an area that is something more targeted for your body, you'll get it, right? Again, it's kind of a good owl. It's a slight pain, but it's that good release. It is massaging and releasing that adhesion. Slowly let it go, maybe shake it out, open and close. I'm going to do a nice good static stretch here, so we're going to take the fingertips back towards the body. You can stay right here, or you can flip that hand over to get a little bit more into that stretch. And release it, take one finger at a time. Straighten out all the fingers as you pull each individual finger back. And flip the hand over. Searching for that space in front of the arm. Okay, we're going to do one more, but we need a wall for this. So take the palm, press it straight up against the wall. Sit just right where your reach. You just can barely reach that wall. Press the hand into the wall and turn the gaze away. Take that hand, its palm up, fingertips towards the shoulder, straighten it out, shoulder, straighten it out, circle out the wrist, and other way. Beautiful. We're going to check in with that other hand. Before we move on, always looking at both sides of the body. Even if you don't have pain in one side of the body, check in. Many times, some of the tension, the tightness on the opposite side of the body may be causing your pain on the other side. With the hands and the forearms, that's generally not the case. What's happening here isn't necessarily affecting here, but it is good to just check in, make sure. Sometimes we don't even realize that there may be some issues there that are causing other problems. Again, the hand, the forearm. The other side. For those of you that were with me at Studio by the Sea, an amazing place, by the way. If you're ever in Panama City Beach, you need to come in and check it out. I slipped and fell the first week back to work this year. I was not quite ready to get back in the groove. I'd added 4 extra classes. Things were just crazy. I had on these stupid slippers and I took myself out. I landed on this hand. When it first happened, my whole hand was so swollen. There wasn't much I was doing with it at all. I still can't get my wedding ring on, but I've made huge progress between foam rolling, stretching, massage, and chiropractic. I am pretty much back to almost full grip strength. I just still have some swelling that I can't seem to shake. The beauty of getting older, right? The body just takes a little bit longer to heal. So respect wherever you're at. We'll continue to work through it. Again, we'll do that static stretch. Flip the hand over. Find that stretch here at the back of the arm. And one finger at a time. Maybe open and close. Doubles. Again, we're going to sit just right outside the wall where our reach just barely reaches. Press the palm into the wall. And take your gaze over, away. When we release it, those fingertips are up. We take them in and out. So again, some foam rolling, some static stretching, some physical therapy work, all through those arms. We're going to make our way up a little further. So for years, it was like, well, how do I roll my bicep? That's not an easy thing to put on a roller. You can have someone else roll it with the stick. That's really nice. But if you're on your own and you don't have someone to help, this thing was just about the most beautiful thing I discovered. It's nice because you can just kind of hold the handle and then press around and work that way. Again, if you don't have one of these, that golf ball will serve you just fine. Dig through, find the spot, work your way. So the bicep connects right up here into the shoulder, the front part of the shoulder. And I am seeing more and more and more problems with where that tendon connects to the shoulder. So the cause of the shoulder pain is actually coming from the bicep. So check in with that bicep, see what you got, work through it. If you're following along with the Total Body Blast classes, we are doing some upper body work. Probably going to throw in arms and abs in there soon. But that resistance training, it causes some of this, right? So remember that it's a full circle. Weightlifting, cardio, all of that stuff is literally only half the picture. All very beneficial. Muscle toning, increasing the health of the heart, losing fat, all of those things. We know all of those things are important. But this stuff is really what's getting left out. Yoga is getting bigger. More people are doing that. But I still see time and time again where people really have no idea what self-myofascial release is, how to use their foam rollers, how to get rid of day-to-day pain. So this is why I added this section to our program. I think if I could get anything across, anything out there to the masses, it would be pain management versus anything else. Restoring the vitality of the body, repairing, getting better space in the joints, taking that stress off the joints. We only have so much padding, so much space and fluid between those joints over time. We really wear it down. All right, we're going to move on from the bicep. Again, feel free to pause and linger anywhere that you need. Foam rolling's fairly safe. You may notice a lot of times I'll end up with just little mild bruises. Nothing too crazy. I bruise easily, so you may never notice a bruise at all. Moving on to the tricep, and we're just going to work our way up this arm. Actually, just kidding. Before we do, let's go check in with that left side. I have a tendency to work my right side and forget to work my left side. My right side is where my pain resonates. Right shoulder, right hip, right foot. I mean, everything just seems to run down the right side of my body. However, as I was recently reminded by my wonderful massage therapist, Shayna Moose, if you guys are, again, in the Lynn Haven, Panama City area and you need a massage, she is your girl. But she ran down the left side of my body, and it never ceases to amaze me just how tight the left side is. But I'm always focused on the right side, trying to get rid of that pain. So remember, the left side or opposite side really does affect the pain on the other side. Alright, so now we'll switch over into that tricep. Again, remember, kind of pause it, hold, feel free to linger on your areas as long as you like. Again, the tricep was something that kind of took me a while to figure out. Like, how do I massage back here? How do I foam roll back here? What do I do with that space? The soft roller just doesn't cut it for me because of the angle that I have to lay my body at. I really need the harder roller. This is PVC pipe. Don't necessarily recommend this. I actually really don't recommend this. If you don't know what you're doing, it's not a good idea. But get your firmer foam roll for this position. If you only got one, use it. Alright, we're going to come all the way down. We're going to start with it underneath kind of the armpit area, right there at the top of the tricep. You can kind of roll front, you can kind of roll back. Just check in, see what you got going on. My triceps are tight from yesterday's class, so I'm already feeling it. Slowly I'll start to migrate my way down. Anytime you want to dig into something a little deeper, you can kind of hinge side to side, back and forth. So anywhere that you have a joint, like, you can open and close, rotate back and forth. I'm just digging over that knot in the tricep, away to my head, just kind of sandwiching my arm on the roller to dig in a little further. Breathe. Breathe, 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 right? So important. Again, everything that we're doing today will affect carpal tunnel and any pain in the hands, right? Even all the way up here, we can be releasing stuff that's affecting us all the way down here. So keep that in mind. Finding where the muscle attaches, a lot of times is where the pain resonates. But the issue may be down a little further in that muscle. Apparently my triceps are so tight, I don't even feel like I can go anywhere. Just need to stay here. Oh. mild clicking, mild popping, nothing painful. It's just that slight adjustment you may feel in the joint when you're rolling through the muscle, because as you release the muscle, it's releasing the tension on the tendon, which is releasing the tension on the joint. And our bodies are designed to sublux. They're designed to kind of go back in place, but we're also tight that they don't. When we're younger, our bodies have a tendency to do it more willingly, more freely. As we get older, as we get tighter, it stops. But the good news is, it's reversible. You can gain flexibility, you can gain space in the body. Just working my way all the way down the tricep, right to the top of the elbow, right there where that tendon attaches. Beautiful. We're going to check in with the other side. Flip it over. We're going to find that tricep on the other side. All the way kind of right underneath the armpit at first. Again, maybe rolling back and forth. Again, for me, this side is always just less painful, but not necessarily any less tight. Going slow, kind of a quarter to a half inch at a time. Lingering for 30 to 90 seconds at each spot that's tight. Moving into where that bicep actually directly connects into the shoulder, rolling that pivotal point there. Tennis ball or cross ball or whatever, I find that this ball is a little bit bigger than those, and it gets in there a little bit better for me. Acupressure ball, even golf ball, but this is what works for me, so kind of play around. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. This is my old dog's toy, right? So just play with what you have at the house, kind of start to see baseballs, softballs, all things that can work. We're going to put the ball right there in that spot on the shoulder. Kind of a little bit awkward here, but dig it in, release, and just kind of roll around and search through that. I can lay here all day. There's just certain spots that you hit that you know that just needs a little extra attention, a little extra TLC. Breathe here. You can kind of pull it into the chest a little more, you can kind of roll it down the bicep a little more. Again, check both sides. I typically don't have any major issues. She wants to watch. Okay, Faye, it's coming on. Okay, I love you. Stay at home mom life. I'm doing my class. Check the other side. Again, taking your time, working through your body. When you're done, bring it all the way up. We're going to stretch the triceps. We're going to work through a little bit of the pecs, and we will call this class pretty much done. Reach the arms up, take the left hand over the right elbow, give it a pull. Hey, Slay, quiet please. Opening this tricep here. Other side. And then go back to that first side, sweep the opposite hand around and slowly search. This will find the space on the left shoulder here at the front and the tricep at the same time. Maybe use a strap and switch it out. By the second video, she's usually ready for mom's attention. Almost. Good, release. Switch the hands around behind. Take it over to one side. Squeeze the elbows. And switch it out. There we go. Take the hands behind the body, press the palms into the earth, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest, and maybe lift the hips. Let it go. Take the right hand underneath the right cheek, drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Switch it out. And the last couple of things here. Pectoralis minor is really difficult to stretch. We talked about stretching the major a lot, but it makes it a little more difficult to get to the minor. You can take it, kind of pinch it. And even just kind of massaging there, that feels right. But pinch it off, and then circle out the shoulder. You'll know what I mean. You'll find it in there. It's the muscle, it's not the fatty tissue. It's the muscle. We want to squeeze and rotate. So we're shortening it, pinching it off, and circling around. Nice little massage therapy technique. Side. Again, pinching it off, circling it around. And then one last thing this morning, or this class. I find that this guy really is the best one to do. This was like $6. Okay? I try and keep everything reasonable, affordable, realistic. Not promoting any crazy big product here or there. Just something like this, kind of a ball, like a golf ball, firmness, little handle, and then we can run down that pectoralis minor, a big old knot right there. So I can put pressure, I can run over it, kind of strip it down, put pressure. Oh. Same thing, I'm kind of pinching, pushing, putting pressure on that spot, and then stretching around. Okay. Awesome. So we did hands, forearms, biceps, again, all really with that golf ball, and most of that work. Triceps, hit inside that shoulder, and the pecs today. Again, rewind, take your time, linger anywhere that really just felt right for you. Mostly opening, releasing carpal tunnel pain, massaging that median nerve we did today. Some nice good static stretch of holds, some foam rolling, SMR, kind of went through it all. Hopefully you're starting to feel better, starting to find more space in your body, and reducing pain. Overall increasing your energy, reducing the fatigue. So I love you guys, I appreciate you, I miss every single one of you, and I will see you soon